This is your degenerate power hour. Your late night golden shower. Too ill to be sick, so thick you can't split. That carnival span with the rictus grin. I'm Joel, he's BMO, and this is Vagrants and Vandals Radio. Let's hit it. Let's go.
The honey hole is primed.
We up here in the honey hole.
Got out of the way early. I literally made a mental note right before we started. Like, all right, honey hole, honey hole.
All right. So we got a jam-packed show, but before we get to anything, let's hit a few shout-outs. BMO?
I want to shout out to old Uncle Sweaty.
Uncle Sweaty.
He shows up. He's like the rich old Monopoly man. He shows up, he buys ice cream for everyone that happens to be in line for the ice cream truck, then pulls out his grill, cooks steak. I ate a little bit. I've tempted the gouty gods, and they didn't punish me. So I woke up, I can move my toes. I was happy.
That's good.
Then it made for a bad Sunday if not. But yeah, God bless him for coming out. And he also gave Bourbon a $25 early birthday gift and a Weber grill, like a little portable motherfucker. I wonder if he just didn't want to clean it up.
Is Uncle Sweaty subbed? Because man sounds like he's just doling stuff
also,
out.
Yes, also he willingly was like, yeah, sign me up. Let's go. And he will listen.
Thank you, Uncle Sweaty. In general, I just want to shout out to everybody who's subbed. I don't know if we've mentioned it before on air, but back in, it was about early to mid-June, I told Brandon, just in thinking about growth goals, I said, I think getting to 100 subs is realistic by mid-July. And that's kind of a target just because of other videos I had watched on YouTube, other more established channels say, make getting your first 100 a goal because there are several features that open up at 100 subs. And in about the middle of June, it felt like, that initial push we had gone okay, but it kind of stalled out. And then we just started hitting the bricks, and we crushed every goal we had. At the time of this recording, we're at 172 subscribers, and we are well on the pace. We're ahead of the pace to hit 500 by New Year's. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed and has been engaging with our content across the socials.
That's how we do. That's how we do out here pushing on these streets.
Now, we've got a jam-packed show, as I mentioned. And, of course, those of you who have been listening, you know that longtime friend and listener, Mr. Mark Strimple, he's taken issue with some of the commentary on this program.
Of course he has.
So I'd just like to read a few things Mark has sent me recently.
Better not be no disparaging comments about anybody.
Mostly about me.
Oh, okay, that's allowed.
Yeah,
we'll let so that
much
go.
About you.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't really.
Just give him time. So we went back and forth a bit. Of course, you'll remember he claims that he had told me previously that he wasn't scheduled to be at the infamous RWF Twilight show back in September of 2004, and I contended, "Oh, good sir, yes you were, and I got a script."
You were under a non-paid contract, all right?
That's right. So, anyways, we start talking about some other, old stories, and he says to me, this is from July 10th. Your memory is starting to go.
Excuse me?
I say, how dare you? He says the goat incident was definitely a bit off. Now, he's referring to that bit of vandalism we did during our senior year.
Involving a goat?
That's just what we called the girl.
Oh, that's horrible.
The goat. It was a term of endearment.
It was.
She was our friend. None of us actually disliked the girl.
You get called a barnyard animal. That isn't really
it's a term of endearment.
Not very enduring. It's horrible.
So I asked, I said, how so? He says we had to go to school for graduation rehearsal, then gone back to our separate homes. Now he's saying that's before we got caught.
Okay.
And I know that he's correct in that because at the graduation rehearsal, our vice principal, as we're practicing our graduation, he decides to address this recent spat of vandalism that's been happening in the community, which of course probably 90% of it we were responsible for. So I remember, I remember looking at Stu and
Was that Project Chaos? I mean,
no, that was totally different. That was a year later.
You've got issues.
Anyways, so he is correct in that, because the vice principal was like, guys, I'm hearing all these reports of vandalism, cars being moved. So we knew he was talking directly to us, but we hadn't quite been caught. Anyways, he continues and says, and I paid for both Richard and Stu.
Damn.
Because they were both poor AF. So I didn't know that. I said, you covered both of theirs? He said, indeed. Stu and I were very, very close, sitting next to each other because we're in alphabetical order. And we exchanged an oh shit look. Now, I seem to remember looking at Stu and we had barely suppressed shit-eating grins. And then he says, yes, Richard for sure. He paid me back at my graduation party.
Well, boys, it's not too late to rectify the situation.
Now, I did mention to him, I said, we all need to get together for a round-table discussion.
Yeah, 100%.
He said that'd be interesting. So
what year was this? How was I not involved?
That was 2001. That's when we graduated high school.
Well, I was in town by then.
Well, yeah, but I mean that particular night.
Thank God I wasn't involved.
I don't know, man.
I was a good kid. I didn't get in trouble.
Now, Mark went on to state, because he'd recently listened to the episode where we were talking about underrated movies. Now, Mark is a big Killer Clowns from Outer Space fan. And
nerd.
It's a great movie.
Nerd alert.
Great movie. Yeah, he showed me his collection.
He has a collection?
He's got a collection of
holy shit
Funko Pops. Yeah.
That is a good beginner collection.
Ooh.
Of something that you're into.
It's a bit of a backhanded compliment.
Well, I mean, dude, you remember the toy room? It was like a fucking museum, bro. A museum dedicated to everything I love.
Yeah, I remember it.
Not we have my kids and my wife.
We got to speak about it in past tense now because you sold off a lot of it.
That is correct.
Sad.
I'll give him $25 for his whole collection.
I don't think he's selling at 25.
Everyone's got a price.
See those
$26.75.
Those Killer Clowns Funko Pops, they're hard to find. I bet you those things go online easy. $40-$50 a pop.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
But the interesting part was we get talking about Killer Clowns a bit. Apparently, there is a video game in development, and he sent me the trailer. Pretty cool looking video game.
That's cool.
I would look forward to playing some of that. So that was, that was the Mark update. We went on and we BS'd for a little bit. And then he mentioned something we still have to check out. Skibidi toilets?
Skibidi.
Okay, so you looked at this a bit.
I just looked up Skibidi toilet and seen that it was like a little show put together with the remnants of Half-Life was a game back in like the 90s. I used to play it on my computer.
Late 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
Fun game. I think the guy's name was like Dr. Morgan. It wasn't Morgan Freeman. But I think it was... Maybe his name was Morgan Freeman. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, there was like some like weird like shit going on. There was like aliens or like biological mutants. It was fucking weird. But they took like the graphics from that and fused them with something else. It sounds like some weird ass nerdy shit to me. But I did look it up. I didn't watch it.
All right, I'm gonna watch it because I'd forgotten you sent that to me.
Are you familiar with Shrek is Life?
Shrek is Life? Is that like the whole online meme where Shrek is talking about being in people's asses in a swamp or Shrek's banging people?
It's a CGI video. It's old, but it's fucking gold.
Is it the one where Shrek's like fucking people?
Well, he's fucking a kid. Not a kid. I mean, teenager. The kid's dad comes in and beats the shit out of him.
Oh, Shrek?
No, out of the kid. And then I think Shrek shows up and scares the dad away, and then he pummels that kid's asshole. And the kid's like narrating the whole thing, like, "Oh, Shrek pushed into me."
Oh, for fuck's
it's
sake.
fucking ridiculous, dude.
That sounds like
hilarious, but ridiculous.
Now, before we have a little more on the infamous Mr. Mark Shrimple, but before that, you had quite a scare recently at the state park.
I sure did. I mean, a scare? I don't even know if that really does it justice. It was fucking terrifying. It was the first time since I've had kids and a wife that I legitimately feared for their life, knowing there's nothing I could do about it.
Damn.
It was...
So set the scene for us.
Shook me to my bones.
What day was this? This was just a few days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago. We went out to the state park, lot 247. That's Jay's lot, but we got it because he fucked around. So he gets it every year. We stole it from him. Fuck him. Love you, Jay. So I work. So I have to work all day. This is Friday. I get up at 6. I get to work, do my shit. Come home, pack up the truck, drive out to the state park. Now, mind you, there are warning signs along the way not to go. Turn back now. Like immediately, I'm like, dude, it's looking like kind of rainy out. Like, what the fuck's going on? April's like on her phone. She's like, forecast right here says no rain, no rain, no rain. I said, okay, that's 3 times she said it, so it must be legit.
You're like, yet out my window, I see rain.
We get 5 minutes down the road, dude. We're like leaving Myers. Boom, rain, heavy rain out of nowhere. It lets up. By the time we get to the state park, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, the rain stopped. It's all right. No sooner do we check in, like we go to the little office thing, put our shit in, come out. Tornado warnings go off as we're pulling into this place. So I'm like, that's strike number 2. Like, what the fuck's next? We get there, sirens go off. We set everything up. It's a fucking headache. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm grouchy. Got a few beers in me that's keeping me level-headed to a degree. There's some old fucking couple across the way looking at me because I'm smoking weed. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, you geriatric piece of shit.
It's fucking legal.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm dying here. I'm sweating. Kids are fucking dicking off. Like, I just want to get this shit done. Get everything set up. Me and Bourbon are like, all right, let's play a game of chess. He starts whooping my ass. But then all of a sudden, from the heavens, come some teardrops. Save my ass. And at that time, I said, oh, thank goodness for that. Because that kid was about to get win number 4 on my ass right here on vacation. That's no good. Because I don't hold no punches.
Yeah.
I'm playing. So anyways, we're dicking off, having fun, and it starts raining, and I tell them to go sit in the tent. Me and April in the car, I'm smoking a bowl, smoking a cigarette, and we're laughing. I just realized this started to get bad. The wind's it's saying 5. She pulls up the same weather app. She's like, well, it only says 5-mile-an-hour wind. I'm like, look at the fucking tent. That is not 5 miles an hour. I'm like, you got to get in there just to calm them down. At that point, I wasn't thinking it was going to fly away. So she runs in there, gets in there. And
now, this is like a camping tent.
Yeah, like a Coleman 8-person.
Okay.
And an old one, a hand-me-down with I had to rig it up to get it to stand to begin with. So she gets in there, and then it picks up immediately. Whoosh! I see the front 2 straps go, pow! And the whole thing's now lifting up off the ground. Like wind's going below it, it's filling it through the window, and now it's starting to lift. And not to mention there's a bunch of rain going in there and shit.
Now, are you in the car?
I'm in the car at this point.
Okay.
I'm looking out, I'm watching this, oh my God, please. Please, I don't want to see that. That's my fucking family. As I'm thinking that, I don't want to see that. A fucking giant green and white tent engulfs my truck. Someone's tent had blown from 50, 60 feet away, hit my truck, completely engulfed me in it. So now I'm running blind. I'm on the phone, messaging people. I think I might have left a mail.
I'm gonna try and find it.
Voice thing for you, oh my God, I'm fucking dying. It was, and then hey, everything calmed down, and the boys were able to get to the truck. April's still in the tent. It picks up again.
Why is she still in the tent?
Because she was trying to get shit organized. Gibson's bawling his eyes out. He's all fucking upset, panic attacks. Bourbon's kind of laughing maniacally, as if he had somehow controlled the storm.
Just as I've planned.
I don't think they realized the danger they were in. Gibby might have.
That's probably for the best.
But I call April. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing this, doing that. I'm like, all right, cool. And then boom, it hits again. And now she's in there by herself, trying to hold that one far side up against the wind. Gibby's freaking out. He's like, I'm going back. I'm like, the fuck you are. Keep your ass right where you're at, dude.
You're like, you're going to get a new mama, son. Don't you worry.
And we're all in there doing all the windows fogging up so thick now.
Yeah.
We can't see shit on top of the fact that the fucking tent's there. So eventually the wind kind of shifts the tent off my truck. It blows it away from me.
And nobody's come to claim it?
Nobody's come to claim it yet. It's still storming pretty bad.
Yeah.
starting to calm down. I turn on the truck and I put on the defrosters, and the windshield wipers going back and forth. And dude, we look out, and I wish there was like some dramatic music playing, like out of like Independence Day. You look out, and it's just like a fucking war zone. Tents are just blown all over the place, knocked down, foot of standing water. I'm like, we're going home. That's that. We going the fuck home.
Yeah, that's quite a scene. Let me see if I can find this on my phone.
That tornado it actually passed right past us and went right out into Lake Erie. So we were right there, dude. It was a fucking tornado.
I want to play it for you guys if I can find it.
I see we're approaching the 12,000 view mark. Last time I looked, it was like 9,000. So
Damn, that guy sounds sexy.
Cody was over it because my fucking battery died.
Hold on.
Why am I talking so fast?
Because I had it sped up. I was.
Truck and he was.
Hold on.
Got to pad those stats, motherfucker. Pad them motherfucker stats.
This just gives you guys a bit of an idea of the kind of messages we trade back and forth. Let me find it. Bear with me. Let me see. Here it is. Here it is.
Dude, I'm like in the middle of a fucking tornado scene right now, dude. We're out camping. April and the boys in his tent. The wind's blowing so hard, I'm afraid this tent's gonna blow away. There's so much rain coming down, I can't even fucking see. This is terrifying. Tornado sirens were going off. That's scary fucking shit. God damn. If I don't make it, continue on with the podcast. Oh shit! What the fuck? Dude! Oh my god, I gotta go.
Shit got real, bro. Real
I'm
quick.
just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing right now?
That was scary. That was, dude. My heart's beating listening to that. Like I'm taken right back to it. The panic. Like what was I gonna fucking do? It was.
That's good stuff.
Without choice.
Good stuff. Well, I'm glad you're here to tell the tale yourself, and I'm not
Yeah.
delivering an obituary.
No, you're
on
not
the
doing an
podcast.
episode at my funeral with my replacement. That's fucked up.
I'll be up at the casket. I'll be like, let's see if Brandon has anything to say. I can imagine your mom. You're just like, what are you doing? I'm like, he wanted me to.
You just hear on the EVP, like and subscribe.
All right, so now we've come to the time in our show where we're going to the courtroom because this is the trial of Mark Strimple.
Bum 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Mark Strimple is guilty till proven innocent in our court of law.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, Mark claimed he had quit. He had given his notice, even though he was still champion. He didn't drop the strap.
Fucked up.
Claims he quit the match he and I had at Luke's parents' house in July of 2004 was it for him.
Was he too busy getting pussy?
Except,
Oh,
you hear that? I did some digging through some old files, and would you believe I found a script? And at the bottom of this script, there's a date.
Oh,
Not handwritten, mind you.
no, let's print it out.
Printed. Brandon, what does that date say?
That says 7/31/04.
7/31/04. And now let's just take a look. It seems to me that the main event for that show was the faction of the Empire, TB Pac, Chaos, and Rave, taking on Axel and Ice Pac in a handicap match.
Damn.
And in this match, ain't just listed like, oh, that was the match. There's a description of everything that was supposed to happen. So clearly, there was an ongoing storyline from
Too
this.
Strimpy just got caught up.
In fact, I'll read it.
Of course you will.
In the end, Axel turns on Ice Pac, and a heavy beating ensues as Ice Pac is dismantled. Serpent,
Hey.
Executioner, and even Denthead try to stop the Empire, but they all fall victim to an Empire beatdown. As the camera fades, Axel and the Empire celebrate over the RWF superstars.
Of course he'd
So-
be a sellout.
So, in this storyline, Axel was set to join the Empire.
Now, was that before Lunatic Fringe?
So this would have been before. So what I think how we pivoted was the Lunatic Fringe storyline kind of supplanted the Empire storyline.
You know what's ridiculous? And Andrew will laugh at this.
What?
That as young, naive children, we thought you actually came up with Lunatic Fringe on your own. instead of just plucking it from a song and then having this. I'm like, how did this motherfucker get this song made? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, a few things here.
You're a fucking phony.
Few things here. One, we were not children. We were legal adults. So if you were having some existential crisis where you didn't understand that a popular song already
I
existed.
don't know if Lunatic Fringe was that popular a song, but
Well, maybe in the 70s it was.
it was obscure enough for you to steal it and claim it as your own.
I didn't steal it. I had nothing. I had nothing to do with that. You know whose idea that was? That was Flinty's idea.
Flinty. I should have figured.
He liked that song, and I thought the name of the song lent itself great to that group.
I get it. Who came up with RWF?
Oh, for fuck's sake! You'll tell the story.
You fucking say it, bro. Just say it. Clear your conscience.
Oh my God, you.
Yes.
I don't remember. I don't
you're on
remember
the right
the
path.
exact conversation.
You're on the right path.
But I know in the years since you have said vehemently that you came up with RWF.
Me and the Denti laugh
and
about
you said that I
constantly.
initially shot it down, but then after we went through some more ideas, I was like, "What about RWF?"
Yeah, it's exactly what happened.
Or
on the,
Revolution Wrestling Federation.
on the Noble House, dude.
Yeah, I remember sitting in the living room.
Fucking guy. You gotta dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and date everything with this motherfucker because you never know.
Now there's more stuff in this script too. Like I'm still trying to make heads and tails of it. Look at this thing. This is 4 fucking pages.
Yeah, it's a little
long.
ridiculous.
Like don't
You're not reading that shit. Put it away.
So I mean, come on, Too Strimpy. What you going to say now?
That's 4 pages of really small fine print.
Now, the only thing I'll say in Mark's defense, and it's a very loose defense, is that was around the time we lost a lot of people in our backyard wrestling, and I think
Were
part
they
of
not
it,
being paid well enough, or at all?
well, none of us were. I think part of it was we did a few shows at my dad's, and like no one wanted to drive up there or something. I don't
See,
know.
I don't mind that drive.
I don't know.
Even to this day, going to Lincoln Park does not bother me.
So all I have to say to Mark is that there is definitely a document that exists, Mr. Too Strimpy.
You must address these things.
And
Too
your
Strimpy.
name, good sir, is in it. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. RWF Twilight right at the top. Yep. There you go. Card number 7 of the RWF.
Was his sister employee of the month at her job this year or this month?
Not sure. I'm not sure.
Putting in that work. She'd
On-
be an adult now, correct?
Well
20
into adulthood,
something.
yes.
I mean,
Well into adulthood.
all right.
Now, on the topic of the backyard wrestling, we had mentioned previously we were going to dig up our old tapes, and Brandon and I were going to do some react videos
Boom, boom.
to our matches. I was at storage today because I remember I had mentioned to you that they were in storage. I found old VHS tapes, old mini DVs. I got it all. I got the raw.
I want to
footage.
show those to the kids and see if they know what they are. Because I bet you they have no
the
fucking
technology
idea.
itself.
Dude, they have no idea. They look at that and be like,
Well, no,
I don't know.
they're digital natives, man. They don't know what that shit is. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to take it to work. I'm going to digitize what we need digitized, and then you guys can look forward to those videos. And like I told Brandon earlier, if they do well, if we do some numbers on them, maybe we'll go through our whole library of YWF and RWF.
can't wait.
Man, I tell you, the YWF stuff in particular is rough
I don't
because
really remember those days that much.
well, we only ever had in the YWF. I think we essentially just had the one camera at the announcer's table, so you're seeing everything from like a cover shot.
Yeah.
Now in the RWF, for a lot of those, we had a second camera that kind of roamed around ringside.
Yeah, those are
And that's
good ones.
you get more close-ups, more in action shots.
Just seeing a flash.
Did you?
I'm having a seizure. I'm fucked up.
Now, so look forward to that stuff. All right, so you teased a couple episodes ago, guy you work with got poisoned by his wife,
Mitchie.
Mitchie.
Now, listen,
wait a second.
I know you're gonna say that, but remember, I named him Mitchie in the 2 episodes ago.
So it was your supervisor.
Yeah, no, not my supervisor.
He wasn't poisoned.
No, the non-coke head is Mitchie, and then you named the supervisor Frankie.
That's right. Okay.
I fucked it up on the last
Got
one.
you.
You know, you
All right.
questioned
We're
it. but I
good.
really sounds like a
So
motherfucker.
Mitchie, your coworker,
Mitchie.
was poisoned by his wife.
Yeah, he
That's rough, Mitchie.
He's real fucking rough. Poor guy. You know, he's not a bad dude. He's just a little bonkers.
Very dedicated to his job.
I would. Yeah. Oh, overly,
He's the one?
Overly
Yeah.
overly
Okay.
dedicated.
Okay.
He was telling me that she was drugging him with warfarin. Wolfarin is some kind of blood thinner.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was bleeding out of he was pissing blood, shitting blood. Blood was leaking out of a lot of places. She was also putting. Now this is all hearsay, I guess, because she was never convicted and he never pressed charges.
Never pressed charges.
He wanted to hope of seeing his kids again. From what he told me.
Well, we didn't sure seeing your kids. Put that bitch
Right.
in prison.
That's what I said. Exactly what I said. She was also putting Visine in his coffee. Like she'd make coffee and she'd always pour them both a cup, and she'd never drink it and wait for him to drink his. And he said it was that's kind of how he put it all together. Like one day he noticed, like, you pour a cup of coffee every day, you never fucking drink it. And I'm drinking the coffee every day, and I'm getting sick as fuck every day.
What kind of symptoms was he having?
Like super diarrhea. It fucks with your intestines and shit, dude. That Visine, no joke. Shouldn't be ingesting that shit.
All right, so did you get any details from him? How long had he been with this girl?
Long enough to have 2 kids.
Well, I could.
And they were like 4, like maybe 5 or 6, I think, when this happened. Maybe a little older.
This a young dude?
My age.
Okay,
His birthday.
so no,
his
young.
birthday is August 22nd, 1984. I'm August 21st, 1984.
Guys are blood brothers. You and
He
Mitchie.
fucking said weird shit like that the first day I met him. He's like, "Oh, I got a birthday coming up in August." I'm like, "Oh, really? What date?" He's like, 22nd. I'm like, "That's weird." I'm like, "I'm the 21st." He's like, "Oh, bro." I'm like, "Uh-oh."
He's like, you know what that means? We gotta fuck.
I don't think it means that, actually.
Just kidding, Mitchie. I don't care what you're into.
No, he's a straight guy. He hasn't been laid in 2 years.
Why are you putting all this dirt out there like that, man?
Because he tells us all.
He didn't tell you to broadcast it on your podcast.
Well, he's not his name, so it could
Ain't
be
been laid in
anybody.
You don't work with that many people. Whatever. I mean, I don't really care. It's not my problem.
It could be anybody.
All right, ain't been laid in 2 years.
No, I told him.
So wait, so that means nothing.
Nothing.
Ain't calling himself a handy.
No, I'm sure he's jerked himself. But
Well, of course, that doesn't count.
I told him get a banana.
What?
Fucking take the peel off, put it in the microwave 10 seconds, slipped it over your Johnson, boom, boom, boom,
I've never,
boom,
I've
boom.
never done that. You've
And
done
then you
this?
got a snack for after.
You've done.
I fucked every fruit imaginable. Some are
Banana
more enjoyable
peel,
than
huh?
others.
But warming it up for 10 seconds, huh?
Yeah.
I might try that.
depending on your microwave. Be careful. You don't want to make that mistake. I've done it. I've got an S-shaped scar on my dickhead because of a fucking little piece of banana peel.
That's a rough dry spell. I feel for him.
I told him, I was like, bro, just go get a prostitute. I'm going to look down on you. He's super religious, though, dude. He's looking for a wife,
Mitchie.
a family.
You're not even a prostitute. Go to any strip
I told him
club.
Tinder, Bumble.
Yeah, any of that shit.
Any of that shit, dude. There's bitches out there who just want to get fucked. Raw dog. I get it. I can't go do it. I'm married.
2
but
years is rough. Like
2 years, no busting. What?
Yeah, that's rough. Well, when
I can't go 2 days.
when I was working at the
ridiculous.
plant, working so many hours, I can't tell. I'd never been so lonely in my life. Like, shit, the opportunity was in front of me at that time. I can only imagine the levels of debauchery I would have sunk to satisfy my lusting cravings.
I don't judge, man. I know when that shit gets in your head, it's just like, what the fuck? Anything to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like,
It's just like
it
the
needles
side of
you,
your head, dude.
and it's like, and that's the thing too. Like sometimes it isn't just like jerking yourself off ain't itching that scratch.
No.
you got to have what you want, and what you want is the touch of a woman. And man, when you don't get it for that too long, you start to go a little stir crazy.
we were unloading books. Goddamn, I can't say his fucking name. Houdini.
Yeah, sure, your pal Houdini.
Close enough. We were outside loading books, and a FedEx truck pulls up, and she's like, I got a delivery. This is an old bitch. But I'm like, man, she ain't bad looking. And then I look at him like, but is she, though? Like, I just have nothing else to look at. This is the first female I've seen in 12 hours.
No, 12 whole hours.
So I'm like, hey.
All right, so back to Mitchie's near-death experience. So was he ever hospitalized over this?
Oh, certainly was. His doctors like wanted him to press charges. Like,
so he goes to the
doctors
hospital.
told him, you've been poisoned.
Oh, okay.
You're dying. Like, they got him. He's good now. I mean, he might have lost some hair because of it. But other than that,
Damn.
Like,
yeah, you hear on some of those like forensic files, different crime shows, the spouse who was slowly but surely poisoning their husband or wife.
I think he'd take her back.
Dude,
I swear to God.
Dude.
She's already remarried. This was like a couple years ago. She's already remarried. Probably getting
Working
ready
on
to poison that motherfucker too, dude. It's like a Black Widow.
Mitchie. So
Sort your life out,
all right,
mate.
all
Come
right.
on.
So yeah, Mitchie. You say he's our age?
Yeah, he's
Come
gonna
on,
be
homie.
39 a day
Come
after
on,
me,
homie.
dude. I want to take him to the strip club
Wait, you say
on a
it's really-
Vagrants and Vandals credit card, and we showed
That
this man a
doesn't
good
exist.
time. It does.
It does
Can we
not.
get it in the works?
The strip club can be a good time. Like I've gone out with.
Haven't been to one in like 15 years.
Oh, it's been a while.
Last one I went to, I was with Jason's old friend. She kind of had like a raspy voice, but she was kind of sexy in her own way.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I remember her name. I'm
Oh,
just
was
not
that for
saying it.
Jason's bachelor party? Wait, you weren't there then.
No. Jason was at home with some female,
Wait.
and that chick wasn't happy about it. You know, I don't think they were like fucking
Yeah,
on
no,
or
no,
nothing.
I
But
know what you're talking
she's
about.
like, I'll
They
take-
were at the.
she's like, I'll take you to the strip club.
This when you guys lived together?
Yeah, and me and her went. And she bought me shots beforehand. I'm like, if you're gonna take advantage of me, there's easier ways to do it. Like, I don't need to go to the strip club. Let's get to it.
Where'd you go?
What? I don't know what it is now, but it was Deja Vu.
Where at Nipsey or Toledo?
No, right here in Monroe.
There's a strip joint in Monroe.
Yeah, if you take Telegraph all the way down, heading to Toledo, it's like 10 minutes out of Toledo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it's called now.
Sure.
I make a joke literally every time I pass it to the boys. I'm like, you want to stop and blah, 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 blah.
It's a shit.
They were like, no, they don't.
There was one Friday I was picking up Lincoln from Melissa's parents, and her brother was there, and we've all stayed on good terms, and so we're bullshitting. So there's something, and then something comes up. He makes a joke about a gentleman's club, and then Lincoln looks at me like dead serious. He goes, "What's a gentleman's club?" And we all just bust out
club
laughing.
for gentlemen
I made up some excuse.
who like titties.
All right, so Mitchie's super religious, so you don't think he'll go to a strip club?
No, I don't.
But he's
although he makes a very like obscure comments about doing dirty shit,
So that's the thing.
and I think he honestly is gonna go home and do the banana thing.
He wants to do these things, but he's conflicted because of his religion.
Told me you gotta let go of that shit, bro.
Yeah, Mitchie, that'd be my advice.
Just get to it.
Listen, you're human, man. You got to live on whatever you believe may be after this life. You got to live in this life right
Set
now.
the beast free.
That's right. And yeah, dude. I mean, shoot. I don't know, man. Statute of limitations ain't up. You might want to press them charges. That's some fucked up shit.
He claimed it was something to do with that he wasn't gonna be able to see his kids because he didn't have a job. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
All right.
give a fuck.
And look, I can understand having that thought, but the next thought I would have is, well, she did this to me. Well, how do I know she won't do this to
I'm
my
gonna
kids?
do some movie shit and just kill that bitch, take my kids. He's like, I thought about that. Like just snatching my kids and running.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna. This is the one thing I'm not gonna judge you on. It's the first normal thing you said to me. Like you thought about taking your kids and running? Yeah, 100%.
So did he reveal like what? Did she ever admit to it or say what the
I don't
rationale
think so.
was?
No, I don't think so.
So
I don't think you get to admit to fucking poisoning someone and not have there be complications.
if they don't press charges,
I don't know. As far as I know, she's married again, and
so what happens when he confronted her? Like they eventually split. So how did this all come? Did he go
I
home
don't
and be
know.
like, "Hey, Doc says you're poisoning me. You got something you want to tell me?"
no, you know what? I haven't got that far in the story. So it's be an ongoing saga
All right.
because I don't know. I only see the guy for like a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
He's like one of those clingers. They try to like attach him like a barnacle,
I see.
and I'm like, "You go away.
Damn, man.
I'm changing light bulbs." I
Isn't
don't
he
need-
listening to our show?
Nah,
No,
he won't even subscribe.
really.
Yeah, I was like, "Why don't you subscribe
then-
and you can listen?" He's like, "Well, I gotta listen before I subscribe." I'm like, "Well, you can't do that without checking it out. You dumb fuck."
Sitting here-
Now I understand why your wife poisoned you. Fuck.
Sitting here trying to give him advice, help
Like,
this guy
here's
out.
a
He don't
cup-
even
here's a-
listen.
Here's a cup of coffee.
My wife.
Don't tell me it tastes funny. You hurt my feelings.
Damn. Yeah, that's well. I've never been poisoned by anyone, but shit, yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Certainly,
Shit's done.
I would think so.
Done. Will April be pissed if you went to the strip club?
I don't think so.
No.
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 I mean, she knows I'm really into that.
Would she be pissed if like you getting lap dances and they were touching up on you?
If I'm paying for them, she would be.
As long as you're getting them for free, though, she'd
I don't
be
think if I'm
okay
getting
about
them for
it.
free, she don't give a fuck. But as long as I don't bring no crabs home or nothing.
No guarantees there.
Exactly. So I'm not all about it. It's not my thing, dude.
No, we've me and
Who wants to go in a candy shop where you can't eat nothing?
fair.
I just don't do it. Why like punish yourself by looking at that?
You got to look at it just as like an entertainment type of thing.
It's not that entertaining getting the heart on, not to do nothing about it.
Hell,
How's it entertaining? You self-deprecating
it's still
motherfucker.
Fun. It's still fun seeing ass and titties up there bouncing.
Dude, I can go look at a picture online and be done in like 3 to 4 or 5 minutes and be good to go.
I mean, if you're just all about the bust, then yeah,
I'm
all
about the buzz. All about the buzz.
Then you need a place like a Henry VIII where you walk in and they're giving you the menu.
They start jerking you off as soon as you walk in.
We went Jason's bachelor party. There was like 12 of us that went, and
Everyone got an
was
STD.
it Jason's? No, my bachelor party, Jason's birthday. That's what it was. Like we walk in, the moment we walk in, these girls are approaching us. Like they told one of Jason's longtime friends, I won't say his name, but the girl literally was like, "Welcome to Henry's. We're famous for our blowjobs."
Oh my god!
It was like right out there. And okay,
I'm like, y'all ain't got like a Philly cheese or something I could try first?
now this is
Before that.
this was so you're talking 13 years ago. Okay, I was much more reserved then than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, being the one who was getting married, I knew that they were going to be razzing me. So of course, like every stripper that bugged someone else, they're like, "Oh no, my buddy's getting married." So of course they play into it. So Disco's got this one real skinny stripper, not unattractive, but not my type. She got no meat nowhere. She ain't got the boom boom or
Right.
oom. And I was
That's
just
a
like,
problem.
that ain't for me.
That ain't for no one, really.
Real skinny. And she's like, "Hey, your friend says he'll pay to get a dance for you." And I'm thinking, man, he motherfucker just did this because he wants to be rid of you.
Right.
But they'd already approached me several times. I'm like, whatever, they ain't gonna stop till I do this. So I was like, okay. So go to the back. Now this is years ago, and at that time, dude, you'd go back there. It was almost like just this almost like large broom closet with several stalls.
Yep.
But it was all completely open.
Yeah, I believe
So
it.
you could walk in and watch other people doing whatever they're doing with these
Yeah.
girls. And I was just like, man, this just got even more
I
uncomfortable.
watched John and your brother both get a lap dance as I got a lap dance. Some French chick, and she smelled amazing. I'll never forget it. Jason paid for it. I was like 19. I'll never forget
Was this
it.
over in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember looking over her shoulder and seeing Jason just like... it was so ridiculous,
Yeah,
dude.
that's not an experience you want privacy during
Yeah.
that. So all right, so this girl's she's dancing up on me, and like it very quickly just turned to straight up like dry humping. And so she had established. We get back there, and she's like, "So you're getting married?" I'm like, "Yup." And she's like, "Congratulations."
No penetration then, honey. Sorry.
No, listen to this. She's rubbing up on me, and then she was like, "Oh, I think he wants to come out and play." And I'm just like, "Bitch, what did I just tell you?"
Oh, weird.
I did not enjoy. I felt very awkward, and at one point she leaned in, licked my neck, and I was just like, "This ain't doing it for me." I felt very awkward,
Yeah,
and thankfully it ended
that's something else.
pretty quickly, and that was that.
Then you fucking busted and got out of there, or what?
No, dude, no, none of that. I just that was it, and then
She had a miscarriage on your lap, and
I
then you
was
got out
like-
of there.
I was like, all right, you had your fucking chuckles. I'm like, I'm doing that again. Now, once when Melissa and I separated, I started going out anytime I could. Whenever I was off of work, me and
Strip club for lunch.
I don't even want to.
Best grilled cheese in town.
Let's call him my buddy Herbie the Degenerate.
Okay.
You know. Anytime we were both off, we go out all night, and I mean, and like we'd go to whatever joint we could find, and we get lap dances. We'd have our fun, but I started making a habit. There's a strip club not far from where I live, so after
How convenient.
after Melissa and I separated, before Shirley and I got together,
Was this the reason for your separation?
no, not at all.
Your frequent visits to the all-you-can-eat buffet? at
No,
the
like I
strip
said,
club?
I never went to strip clubs often at all.
No, I haven't been to one in 20 years.
Her and I separated, and it was like, well, I don't know what the fuck. And I was so, working the schedule I did, so I went Sunday nights. I called it my Sunday night delight. I'd go to the same joint. I'd have a drink or two, sort of just space out and watch the lights whirl, watch the titties bounce, and that was just part of my routine. Then I'd go to work. So once in a while, I'd turn up a little bit late, and they'd be like, "Hey, you're late." I'm like, "Hi."
Had the jerk went off in the parking lot. What you want?
Yeah, so managers of that place, they were degenerates too. They knew it. All right, so let's see. We got some more shit to cover. So yeah, Mitchie, that's you have to get us the continuing saga.
Yeah, I'm
of
definitely
that,
going to continue to pry. I've only got
see
so
what
much
we
time, though,
yeah.
because I'm going back to my school for too long.
You better get that story for us.
I'm
then.
trying.
All right, BMO. So let's get to our horror trivia. As a recap, after 2 weeks, I'm leading
Cheating
7-4.
Cheating motherfucker.
Some of these got mixed up because August threw them all over the place.
I see that. I see you reading all the answers now. That's amazing.
No, I'm trying to. All right. I'm going to pass you your 5.
Cheating motherfucker.
2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll get 5 for you, for me to ask you. Oh, these are all backwards, so I'll disqualify these for the time being. Need just one more. Here we go. And obviously, if we come into one that's a repeat, read the other one that's on the card, or
Obviously.
they're both blown, then
Obviously.
I'll leave it up to you since you're trailing. Do you want to ask me first, or do you want to be asked first?
I will ask you first.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
That's right.
Bring it on.
All righty. What 1970s pop music icon starred as Nikki in David Cronenberg's Videodrome?
Oh, I should watch this one. Read it one more time.
No, I feel a sneeze coming on. What 1970s pop music icon starred as Nikki in David Cronenberg's Videodrome?
Definitely feel like I should know this one. I've 2 names immediately come to mind: Frank Zappa and David Bowie. It's the question of which I want to go with.
Hi.
May not be either one of them. David Bowie.
You are wrong. It is Deborah Harry.
Deborah Harry.
Yep.
Well, shave, Deborah.
Exactly. 100%.
All right, I missed that one. Oh, we actually already read this one. So I'll have to get a different one for you. All right. What 1978 classic horror film was originally titled The Babysitter Murders?
That would be Halloween.
Correct.
Boom, boom. That's what I like.
It's your turn to
That's
read
what
it.
I like.
Give me a question. Brandon's leading 1-0 so far on the week. You okay over there?
Yeah. What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons?
You read me that last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
What was the answer?
I don't remember.
Well, then, let it stand. Let it stand.
This is ridiculous. This should disqualify the question.
I don't. Cause if you know the answer, if I told you the answer, and now you don't, so that means I could use that excuse for anything. Answer the question. It should be a freebie, really. Should be a freebie.
I don't remember. 86. Goddamn.
I don't remember the answer either.
I remember it not being something terribly famous. I think I guessed fan. I don't remember what I don't know. I don't know it.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Now I remember the answer. Yeah, I would. I never would.
Maybe you'll remember next time.
Never would have
We'll
pulled
see.
it up.
0-2.
All right, 0-2. What room number, also the title of the movie, is a paranormal hotspot in this 2007 film starring John Cusack?
Let me think about that. 1408, one of my favorites. Stephen King. Hey.
Correct. 2-0.
Of course it is.
Question number 3 on tap.
Well, this is a fucking. You're at least gonna get one. This is a gimme. In the 2009 film Paranormal Activity, what object do the spirits use to communicate with the living? Ooh, spooky. I feel like that wasn't that long ago, but it really was.
It can only be a few different things. The
Could
television.
Could be a soup can. Final answer?
Yeah.
Ouija board.
Yeah, it was that or a Ouija board.
Oh, you thinking of poltergeist?
It's a bad week. It's a bad week.
You thinking of poltergeist,
All right,
homie?
question 3 for Brandon. Vincent Price starred in this 1959 ghostly classic and invited 5 people to survive the night.
At the house on Haunted Hill.
Correct.
Hi.
3 in a row for Brandon.
Oh, that's staying, don't it?
I need to rally here.
Staying, don't it? What was the profession of the main heroine in the 1981 werewolf film, The Howling?
You read this one before,
Yep.
too.
Did you get it right? No,
I
you didn't.
I didn't.
But you got the right answer. It's a freebie. If you can't remember, that's not on me, homie. That's on you.
I guessed pharmacist last time.
I know. It's a weird guess, too.
And then we both joked that we thought of that she was a prostitute.
I think I remember what it was.
God damn it.
Yep, the Night Walker. We joked about that. But I think I remember.
It's like on the tip of my tongue. Read it again.
What was the profession of the main heroine in the 1981 werewolf film, The Howling?
This one I'm going to kick myself for.
Yes, you is. Because I think I remember.
Scientist.
Can I give my answer?
Sure.
TV news reporter. TV news reporter. Suck
This
that
is
ass,
fucking
bitch.
bad.
All
right.
right. Oh, you're going to get this one.
This is Brandon's
For sure.
4th question.
Fire.
What items is the killer famous for wearing in the 1976 film Alice, Sweet Alice? Bit of an obscure horror film.
Sweet Alice. I know, and I feel like... Can you read it again?
What items is the killer famous for wearing in the 1976 film Alice, Sweet Alice?
A red dress and red shoes?
Incorrect. Yellow raincoat and translucent mask.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of freaky. I remember that.
All right, I need this one.
Oh, you're going to get it, dude. What is the name of the main character who studies witchcraft in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Dude, this is another one you gave me last time.
Ain't that a son of a bitch that you drew them out random? And what'd you tell me last time? That's the way the cards fall.
I mean, if we
Did you get it right? No, you didn't.
Her name's Willow.
I don't give a fuck what her name is.
That's a question.
That is the question. I'm gonna need you to be more specific than that. We ain't just on a first name basis here, bro. We need the full
I
title.
was trying to slip it by.
I know you was.
It was something because I remember I guessed something ridiculous. Shropshire.
Damn. Nope. Rosenberg, motherfucker. 0-5.
Damn,
Sweet
that was bad.
Sweet justice.
That was bad, especially since I had 3 of them before.
That's not. You're right.
All right, so you have gotten 3.
And I told you keep these separate.
Well,
So
my
now
kid
you know.
threw them like confetti in the living room.
Well, now you know. Those are the ones.
Yeah,
you
but
already had.
there's 2 questions
That you couldn't
each.
get-
That's what I'm
that
saying.
You couldn't get again.
There's 2 questions each on each card. So, I mean, whatever. We can have a burn pile. All right. So, if you get this, you take the lead by 1.
Sounds good to me. Hard question. I know
Let's
my
try it.
shit.
Let's try it. Who was the director of the 1982 movie Creepshow?
Director of Creepshow. Go with Wes Craven.
Incorrect.
What happened to it?
George A. Romero.
I had a list of like 3 people in my head, and then that would have been one of them.
Okay.
Oh, I missed one. My bad. So are we tied now?
We're tied 7-7.
Comeback kid.
Terrible week for me. Terrible week.
5. Oh,
Okay.
and 5.
Now,
Do you even watch horror movies?
Okay. We got time for one more story, and this one I put off already, so I want us to get to it. And this is something, I know this has been addressed previously. Like, we've talked about it. We maybe even talked about it on the Mud Puppets, or maybe me and Ryan did. But it's one of those things that's really starting to emerge in our world as a reality. So I want to get a little discussion in the time that we have left.
How much time I got left?
About 8 minutes.
I need a fucking cigarette.
This is a story from Reuters. AI robots could play future role as companions in care homes.
And janitorial shit.
Well, lots of different
I've seen
industries.
a janitorial robot that goes in the bathroom and does like the whole thing in like 15 minutes. I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let me just reprogram you. Nadine, a social robot powered by artificial intelligence with human-like gestures and expressions, could have an important future role to play in tending to the sick and elderly, according to a professor who helped invent it. Well, of course he fucking says that. He's trying to push his technology. Boy he wants retirement.
Right.
Nadine, what, they give it a whole name? Nadia, I'm sorry. Nadia Magnanot Thalmann, a robot expert. Oh, this is an actual person from the University of Geneva who served as the model for Nadine's dark brown eyes and auburn hair.
She's sexy?
We're going to find out.
She better be.
Said Nadine and robots like it could prove more effective than human carers. She, referring to Nadine, this is confusing. The fucking woman's name's Nadia. The robot's Nadine. Nadine has time 24 hours a day. The others have no time, Thalmann said. She was speaking on the sidelines of a conference organized by the International Telecommunication Union in Geneva to make the case for AI and robots helping to reach global goals such as health. Global competition for nurses and carers is heating up, especially after COVID-19, and some countries are experiencing a staffing crisis in care homes, which some think humanoid robots could one day ease. Demonstrating its conversational skills, Nadine told Reuters it talked, sang, and played bingo with residents at a Singapore nursing home 3 years ago. It was a great experience, and I enjoyed interacting with the elderly and helping them with their needs, the robot said. I believe that robots can be a great asset in providing care and assistance to vulnerable people, it added. Other robots on display include Pero, a baby seal robot pet who can help dementia and Parkinson's patients, and nursing assistant Grace. Last week, Nadine upgraded with AI model GPT-3, and this has improved her interaction and conversational skills, Thalmann said, meaning it can express more complex concepts. Referring to Thalmann, Nadine said, I'm very grateful for her for giving me life, and I'm proud to be her creation. There's so many things with all this AI technology that there's so much to talk about there.
Why didn't they mention Handy Mandy?
They're still perfecting that one. I heard she gripped a man too tightly.
The one that jerks off all the old men.
So here's the question I want to pose to you. All the serious existential questions we could pose on.
She's like,
forget all that.
Please come on my titty receptacle. Thank you.
So if we get to a point where robots are more and more commonplace in our society, to the point where they're caring for the elderly, they're doing these other tasks, and let's just envision that they are in human form.
I would hope. I mean, like Westworld, that shit's...
Yeah. So think Westworld style robots.
I'm liking that shit.
So I'm getting to my question. Would you put it to a robot?
Does my wife care? Like, I'm okay to do that?
That's between you two.
I mean, if she was okay with it, sure. I'd diddle one.
So you've got no moral hang-ups, no practical hang-ups?
I mean, don't bring no fucking giant AI robot in here to get his business with her.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
That ain't okay.
But wait, are you okay with her like using like a vibrator?
I would be. She doesn't.
But you wouldn't be okay with her porking a robot?
She doesn't even watch porn. She reads erotic novels like a weirdo.
Some people...
She kicks in the door. You motherfucker!
I'll tell you this. One of my turns on is getting dirty messages from Shirley. Like, some people, it's the written word.
That's odd.
So I can see that.
Oh, you brainiacs! Jesus Christ! Give me a fucking break.
But
I like a classic tit pick or a J picker, right?
No, I need context with it. I need to be romance. Give me them words.
I don't really need all
words.
That.
Do it for me, man. I want dirty talk.
I don't get any of it.
I
so
want
it doesn't
dirty
really matter.
talk. That's what I like.
I don't get dirty talk. I don't get pictures. I don't get nothing but
I did.
Why aren't you at work?
I did. I did mention Shirley about us talking about like our sex lives on the podcast. She's like, I don't want you talking about me like that. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, can't you just talk like about it in like general terms?
I don't feel comfortable talking about a minor either, but hey, we got to do it.
She's going to be 25 this fall, but thank you. Although one of my coworkers got quite the kick out of, he's texting me. He was like, I'm to the point in this episode where you're being accused of grooming your spouse. I was like, well,
yes.
Enjoy, good sir.
I'm glad they enjoyed that.
All right, so as long as your wife was good with it, you pork a robot.
100%.
But you would not be okay with her being done by a robot, even though you're saying you'd be okay if she used a vibrator.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Just seems off to me.
Are you like concerned that the robot, like it's becoming conscious and it would be discerning enjoyment and maybe getting power over you because of this?
No, I'm more concerned she's going to want that robot dick more than me.
Oh, so then you're out the poon game.
Yeah. Then I got to fuck the robot full time, and I don't want to do that. It's just fun if you don't have to do it. Here's the thing. I equate it to this. You like ice cream every once in a while. Feels good.
I love ice cream.
But you don't want to have ice cream for every meal every day.
Not every meal, no.
Exactly. I mean, same thing.
So I have absolutely zero moral qualms about banging a robot, especially if that robot's hot.
Well, why would it make him ugly?
Well, Nadine's not that good looking.
No?
No, I've seen it.
What a letdown.
Not. Here's my concern though. Like, what if they malfunctioned when you were going at it and like it just clamped
that
your
you
dick
start
right
fucking
off?
putting out 30,000 volts?
Or like, you skull fucking it and then it just clamps down.
I didn't plan on skull fucking it, but okay.
You wouldn't get a blowjob from a robot?
Eh.
You'd bang a robot. You wouldn't get a blowjob.
No, I don't think. I think skull fucking is different from getting a blowjob. Skull fucking is like you grab him by the back of the hair and you ram your dick.
Okay, would you get oral from a robot? You putting too fine a point on this.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's a robot. At any point, could crush and kill you with any part of his body.
Now that'd be my concern is some malfunction. If I was assured, if there's something in the design that wouldn't allow for that to happen.
Said, no coming in my mouth. I'm
like, listen, robot bitch, you are here to serve me. Robot turns up 6 months later, is pregnant.
You're like, damn.
What? If you guys would, you have any thoughts on this, if you'd fuck a robot, we'd love to hear about it. We'll read your response on the air. You can send that to vagrantsandvandals@gmail.com. That is vagrants, the letter N, vandals@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, like and follow on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. BMO, we're rapidly coming to the end. Anything you'd like to say to close out this episode?
I want to make it known that we're not going to talk about things fucking every episode. A few weeks ago, we talked about the kangaroo fucking. Now it's robot fucking. Well, I'm sure we're not done with it yet, but
dude, I honestly think that would be pretty. That'd be a turn on, like a robot that did dirty talk and then like tried to seduce you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, would you fuck a robotic animal?
No, I got no interest in that. None.
None?
No.
What about that pig from the kangaroo story? A thick bitch.
No, I'm good. Like that made a difference.
That thick bitch.
And remember, be you vagrant or be you vandal, all rascals and rogues welcome here.